So
water?
No, we're good. Thank you.
No. We don't need more. Leave us alone. Bye.
3S FX presents the Indoob podcast with your host, T. Sterling Watson.
Good morning, Indoobians. I am T. Sterling Watson. This is the Indoob podcast. Thank you for stopping by and pressing play. This is week 16, and you should have 136 in your savings account if you are doing the 52-week challenge. Now, I have recorded this intro about, 16 times now, so I just want to just breeze through everything quickly because I want to just make sure that your time is spent wisely. And first of all, once again, I thank you for choosing to spend some time with me and listening to me babble on about who knows what. This particular episode right now has 3 titles in the running. And I want to make sure that they are known what they are because I think they are some pretty good titles, but only one can be, oh wow, I totally messed up that quote, whatever that was going to be. Highlander, only one can be the Highlander, whatever. So the first title that I have is New Mic Who Dis. And that is mic spelled with M-I-C as in microphone because I got a new microphone, guys. Yes, I have a new microphone. It is a nice gold condenser microphone. Stepping my professionalism up a little bit, my production skills, it's good. It's got great quality. I love it. And I'm speaking into it right now. Shh. I'm speaking into it right now. Can you hear that? Yeah. It's good. It's awesome. And I will put pictures out of it, just pictures. I'll tweet pictures. I'll probably Instagram maybe 1 or 2, just so you guys can see it for yourself. And all of it's golden glory. I did send a picture to a friend already, and she was like, oh, wow, she's gorgeous. And I'm like, wow, I did not think to even name my microphone or microphones because this is the 4th microphone that I now own. But I think this might be my favorite, even though right now I'm having issues recording with it on the designated audio laptop. But first world problems, going to move along. So yes, I'm going to ask, people out there, listeners, Indoobians such as yourself, if you have any names, tweet at me, suggest some to me. Except Goldie, because that's a little too easy, a little too lame. So no offense to any Goldies out there. Miss Hawn, no offense to you. Just let's be a little original. So my second title is hashtag Cremless Oreos. And yes, I'm pronouncing creme because it's not cream, even though, cash rules everything around me. Cream, not that one. It's the creme because that's what it is. Now, that's a conversation that happens later on with our returning guest. And I'm going to say returning guest because, he was on the last episode. But Geek Soul Brother was on the last episode, like I just said. And we had a conversation that involved the Cremless Oreos. I'm saying the Cremless Oreos. I'm speaking it into existence. They do not exist yet. But this is a campaign that I'm trying to start. I want Oreos. Sometimes I just want the cookie. I know it's crazy, but, that's what I want. It's not just me. There are other people out there, so I'm not alone. In fact, let me know. Start using the hashtag Cremless Oreos. And again, please spell it the way it should be spelled. Hashtag CREMELESSOREOS. Yes, Cremless Oreos. But yeah, you'll hear that conversation later with Geek Soul Brother. And the third option for a title for this episode would be Moist. Moist. Probably not written out twice. I just said it twice just to emphasize and antagonize people that really hate that word because I know there are people out there that hate that word to a strong degree. And it's just fun for me just to say it because there's nothing you can do to stop me moist from saying it other than stop listening to the podcast. Please do not stop listening to the podcast. I'm not going to keep doing it. Well, not in succession until right now. Moist. So that actually comes up in Diner Dish, which does return this episode. Yes, it does. Hooray! Celebration. This is the second time you should be celebrating, at least clapping your hands quietly, like a golf clap. Like that, yes. Yes, Diner Dish does return this episode. I know I kept teasing it before and like, oh no, we ran out of time. I'm so sorry. You lost your chance and now you cannot go to Jamaica. Diner Dish is here with my friends Ariel and Didi, who have their podcast, Potluck Dinner Podcast. So, yes, I think I may have given out a few shout outs by now. No, not yet. I'm forgetting now because, like I said, I had recorded this intro so many times I thought I said stuff that I didn't actually say, such as Geek Soul Brother, who does have a podcast at Geek Soul Brother. No, that's his Twitter. But Geek Soul Brother and the Nerdy Venoms. They're on iTunes. They're in a number of places, actually, but you can definitely find them on iTunes. And there's a few things that happened in the past week. And this is where I keep losing track of my time, so I'm going to breeze right through it. Sleepy Hollow finale was horrible, absolutely horrible. To hear why, please, I strongly recommend you go check out 2 podcasts. One episode of Black Girl Nerd Podcast, where the whole episode is about, they go into deep depths as to why this episode was so horrible. So, and I'm just talking about this finale. It should be a series finale for Sleepy Hollow because there is no reason why it should continue. # Shady Hollow. The other podcast you should check out to dive further into, the horridness is Nerds of Prey podcast. And both of these podcasts, they are both online on Twitter. You can also find them on iTunes. So please do that. Check them out and just check out the podcast in general because I do listen to both. I do listen to all 3. It's difficult to keep up with all of these podcasts. And it's something that Geek Soul Brother and I had discussed last episode with all this lovely, glorious content and just no time to consume, especially if you are like me and you create content of your own. So you're busy creating content and trying to intake it and just, it stresses me out. I'm already sweating. So please check those out. Please check out those 3-4 podcasts I think I may have mentioned now. And also I do want to give a very, very, very quick shout out to, I'm not even going to do it because it's going to take too long and I'm already going longer than the time I wanted to. Instead, we're just going to jump right into a commercial after I introduce what you're going to hear next, which is Diner Dish, which like I said, it is finally back. I want to try to make sure I get it in, more frequently than I have been. So this particular segment talks about kind of what I want Diner Dish to be, which I didn't have a name for it at the time. It was just, Ariel, Didi, and myself at a diner conversing and sharing ideas and just talking about life and things in general. Kind of think of it like a Seinfeld episode. Kind of. And you just kind of sitting in on our conversation. Kind of like how, kind of do with the fellas, except I brought a question. But this was just a conversation and we just, free-willed it. So without any further ado, we're going to move along with the show after commercial and then get into some Diner Dish. So enjoy.
Hey y'all, I'm Courtney Hinton of VerveHouseCollective.com. Verve House Collective is all about creatives, entrepreneurs, and those who want to live an awesome life full of intention. Again, that site is VerveHouseCollective.com and we'd love to see you.
Thank you. So have you ever heard of the show Comedians Riding in Cars and Having Coffee at the diner, drinking, hot chocolate and eating pancakes?
That is my goal for the indoob at some point. I want to get to that level.
We just did that. We're having podcasters at diners drinking hot beverages.
And waters.
And water.
To keep refilling. But yeah. And I just love the concept of that show and what they do. And I was like, that's what I want to do.
Who would you want to interview?
Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey?
Yeah, he seems like a really interesting person.
Okay.
I do have a list. Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Uh-huh.
He is a super genius of a guy, and down to earth too. So I just like, why is the sky blue? He'll give me like a direct answer without saying, oh, the molecules, and yeah, he'll just, it's like, oh, the sky's blue because of, I keep forgetting why, but yeah, he'll break it down for me. We can have a in-depth conversation about, you know, life, or even maybe his favorite movie. So, which is something I'm still trying to work on him to see if he can tweet back, or maybe even join in a live tweet.
Does he tweet people?
I don't think he does.
Who?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. Because we would like him to get involved one day for a Saturday Night Sci-Fi.
That would be cool.
That would be so cool.
For him to join in. Although I've actually got a couple writers now from Fringe that have tweeted back to me.
Oh, wow.
A couple of the cast members.
That's so cool.
So
Wow.
if I can get them involved in a live tweet, that would be fun.
That would be really awesome.
So to get their perspective.
Nice.
But, yeah. So. But yeah, those are two names off the top of my head that I would talk to, just to chat with. I don't know. Every time I think of George Clooney, I just think of you saying that you think he smells funny or smells bad. But he seems like just a really cool guy to hang out with. Yeah, just a handful. Yeah. Sinbad.
Sinbad. That's a good one.
Throw us the facts.
Yeah.
My aunt met him, and he's just as hilarious in real life.
I believe it. He's one of the best parts of A Different World.
Definitely. Why'd they get rid of him?
I don't know.
Contract issues?
Could be. No. Maybe he got too big for his britches, doing his little funny cruise and stuff. I don't know.
His Hot 105 cruise, or y'all don't have Hot 105 up here? Whatever. Because I know he used to be on Tom Joyner cruises. Yeah.
Oh, he was on his cruises?
I believe so.
Time Joyner.
That was another inspiration of mine, his show. Because
Okay.
I used to listen to that in the morning, like to get up every morning just to talk and just, you know, crack jokes all day and
Yeah.
tell the news. Sure.
Yeah.
True.
And
That
that
is-
soap opera.
That is.
It's your world.
wow.
Yes. Don't you know you can make it? That should be my jam.
And the days I missed it, I would go back and listen to it.
Yes. 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 I remember myself taping it.
Oh my God.
I would tape it so that I could hear it later.
Wow.
That is amazing.
Yeah, because then you
And
know,
the church announcements, I would get.
Oh
those too.
yes, church announcements are good. But now Ricky Smiley does something like that. He does church announcements. His are hilarious.
They are, and whenever he does phone calls to heaven,
What? Phone calls to heaven?
Yeah, he'll talk to Martin Luther King. He'll
talk to Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson.
it's like, hold on, let me cook him.
He's like, you're being ignorant. You're being ignorant. What?
I hated when Michael Jackson said that.
I know. And then they just say it over and over. Ricky Smiley's like, he's one of the good morning shows.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of Ricky Smiley in stand-up when he was like on Comic View and stuff like that, but I did enjoy his radio
Oh,
show.
I used to love his stand-up.
No, I
when he
didn't
would
like
do
it.
Lil Daryl.
Of course, that's what I think made him.
Yeah, Lil Daryl, when he would do the Ladies Auxiliary President, he would wear them hats.
Yeah, I feel like whenever I would see it, I would always just see that. And I'd
See
be
that.
like, does he do anything else?
Oh, he does.
Yeah, he does,
He
because
does.
he has a comedy special, Casket. Was it Casket Sharp? I think.
Casket Sharp.
I mean, yeah, I'm sure. 'cause
Yeah.
he's a comedian. It was just the things I was saying.
You were
I was
saying
like,
them, like,
Well,
whatever.
those are his most popular.
Yeah.
So he's got to bring them back.
Yeah, Lil Daryl was my favorite. My Lil Daryl, today, Easter Day, happy Easter Day. Me and my cousins used to do that all the time to each other. Why? We loved it.
It was a classic.
Yeah.
It still is.
Lil
So,
Daryl.
Man, if you could have a phone call to heaven, who would you call?
Ooh.
Like a celebrity.
phone call to heaven. Celebrity.
A celebrity who's in heaven.
Sam
that I
Cooke.
can talk to.
Sam Cooke. Wow.
Shoot. Darn, I don't know who I would.
I asked this question, I never had answers.
And me, here I am, not even hesitating, giving you answers. Who would
Yeah,
I
you were
interview?
ready.
Who would I
So
interview?
prepped.
Kevin
Excuse
Spacey,
me.
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Wow.
Trying to think of those other people I want to talk to. I did say George Clooney. He's on the list. I don't want to go after him first because he's such a big name. So
Yeah.
I might be a little starstruck. So, I mean, the first time I actually was starstruck was being in the same room. It almost sounds like a pun, but like being in the same room with the Captain Picard, Patrick Stewart, or Sir Patrick Stewart. Again, this is back at the X-Men premiere, and
Gosh.
like. I thought for a moment there was a magic moment. We were making eye contact, and he was like several like feet away, but like he's looking right at me.
Oh my God.
And yeah, it was I couldn't believe it. I was like, I'm in the same room with this guy. Because I grew up watching Star Trek. Mm-hmm. And the fact that he was actually there looked like he didn't age a day. Since, he had that red and black tunic on. But, I mean, because I had already seen Hugh Jackman come in and my girlfriend Jennifer Lawrence come in already. And like, whatever, but then Patrick Stewart. I'm like, oh, wow. And Peter Dinklage, actually. It was a little shocking to see him, too. So, yeah, that was a moment. That was a marble, little marble.
One of the marbles. Okay, gotcha. Okay,
the eye
memory marble.
Yeah. Core memory.
Because it was like everything faded around. It was just his little face. Because, I mean, he was that far away. So
Yeah.
It's like, I see you, and you see me. Even though he was having an interview with somebody else, doesn't matter. This was my memory. So
Your memory.
we connected. So.
I still can't think of him. I can't think of anybody.
I don't know if I have somebody specific, but I would probably want to interview a celebrity who had died, quote unquote, before their time, and ask them what they would have done or what they feel they would have accomplished if they would have had more time to do it.
Like Amy Winehouse?
Amy Winehouse, Aaliyah.
Aaliyah,
Yeah, or even that kid, I don't even remember his name now, the one that used to play Jet Jackson, the one that killed
I
himself.
had a feeling you were going to mention. See, empath thing. So. Had a feeling you were going to bring him up.
Wow.
That's who I would want to talk to them. The kid from Jet Jackson, I would just want to know like what was going on because nobody knew.
I'm totally gonna have a conversation with Houston.
Yes. Whitney Houston, I just feel like she wouldn't give me much information. That's why I didn't pick her.
You have a lot of attitude. Just.
I feel like she wouldn't tell me anything.
Anything about? I probably wouldn't ask her. Maybe I don't know what I would ask her, but just I don't know, have a conversation like she my auntie or something.
That's the thing. I don't feel like she would be anybody's nice auntie. That's why I mean, not to say that I don't love her music, but I saw how she carried on. She would be like, "What you want, girl?"
she has a lot of funny sayings.
That's it. And she be reading you while she's saying these funny sayings like, "Gosh, and I spend my wish on you."
And I'd be like, "Oh, Whitney, you
right? You so crazy." Yeah. And also who I would like to Marilyn Monroe and ask her like, what does she think about why people how they perceive her and her reputation, and also Rue McClanahan, how did it feel to play an old whore?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of people alive now, and my other favorite director, Christopher Nolan, and I don't even know what I would ask him because I'm just such a fan of all of his stuff. Inception, mostly, probably the top.
That was such a good movie.
I mean, just the creativity he has to come up with Inception, Prestige, and his take on Batman and Memento. I mean, how do you come up with a movie like that?
Yeah.
So, like, I wouldn't know what to say to him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, someone I'd like to meet, but...
Yeah.
To ask a question?
Yeah.
I'm not to ask you. You're just great. Thanks.
I don't want to make a fool of myself.
Right.
And maybe the other person who I kind of aspire, I would talk to is probably Chris Hardwick, because I like his work ethic and stuff that he's around a lot of places.
Never would have thought he would be the person who he is today.
Me either.
Because he was the host of Singled Out.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
And now he's everywhere. He's running like a podcast thing.
Yeah, Empire.
Empire, yes, an Empire.
And doesn't he host Talking Dead or something?
He hosts Talking Dead. He hosts At Midnight. He's everywhere.
Like, yeah, you blew Geeks out of the water.
Yeah.
You made it probably cool to be a nerd.
And that's what his stand-up's about.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I actually listened to one. I was like, okay, not bad. I kind of like him better on The Nerdist, especially doing like kind of what we're doing, just talking.
Yeah, and he's like a super fan of like everybody he talks
is,
to.
and he's genuine about it too, which I like. I really love that. So
there's a podcast. See if I have the name of it.
I'll throw Jimmy Fallon in there too, because he seems that way too. He seems really genuine and likable.
I think he'd be
really fun to hang out with.
Yeah, to hang out with.
Yeah.
I listened to an episode of Fresh Air with Terry Gross. I just like the way she says her name. I like the way she talks, period. But she had him on there, and she was like, "Oh, well, tell us about this word that you hate and that you're petitioning to get it banned from the dictionary." And he was like, "Yes, the word is MOIST." And I was like, "What, Jimmy? Jimmy, you and I."
Kindred spirits.
he's my best friend. He's my best friend.
She really hates words.
I really hate the word. And she was like, and she's laughing like, huh? And he was like, this is serious business. Like, this word cannot be said ever again. We need to petition. And I was like, where do I sign?
And just the thing
Probably not my house that good.
thing about the word is it sounds just like.
Yes, and that's what it is. It's so gross. It's so gross.
It's sometimes the best way to describe a delicious piece of cake.
Cake or chicken or turkey, if it's that, but
But just like sitting out there on its own.
it's just, yeah.
Because it's
God.
I guess saying it like that, it'll be like the physical embodiment of Clifton Powell. Like,
Yes. Oh, sir.
imagine him saying it to you.
Oh my God, I would probably
Sexual
just.
harassment.
This is sexual harassment.
Like all he just pops up. It's like,
We're done.
you actually censored me before you even said it.
Yes, I don't want to hear it. It's a disgusting word.
Oh my
You
God.
don't say it?
The Indoob Podcast.
Hello, Indubians. I'm Laura, host of Loudavision, the podcast for visionaries, artists, and creatives. On my podcast, I'm interviewing fellow artists trying to figure out how we can bring our creative vision to life without compromising our values, crushing our soul, and dying poor. Yep, that explains it. You can listen to the Loudavision podcast on lauramioli.com and connect with me on Twitter @Loudavision.
So last episode, I had Geek Soul Brother on, and we had a great time talking about his origin story and all this other fun, nerdy things, and just things in general, just fun stuff. There was a section that, I had to save for later because I'm like, wow, we're, talking for forever. And I mean, we probably could. We probably would still be talking right now. But, it's all good things sometimes have to come to an end. But hey, I've got a little bit more of our conversation. It had nothing to do with anything we were talking about in the last episode. But hey, it was still some great stuff, and I wanted to share with you guys. And it's also the basis of where this episode's title possibly might be. So without further ado, here is Geek Soul Brother and I returning to talk about our random nonsense. I was supposed to ask you a question because this is your first time on this podcast. This question, it throws them off. It's meant to. But if Ben and Jerry's were to come up to you and ask you to make a flavor, what would that flavor be?
Oh, probably cosmic caramel. Cosmic caramel. I always gotta have cosmic or interstellar or something like that.
Yeah, what would be in it? I'm assuming caramel to start. But like what?
Yeah, maybe some caramel, chocolate, of course.
Okay.
Soul Brother.
Mm-hmm.
Got a little chocolate in there. I like chocolate ice cream, so it would definitely be a couple different sweets in there,
Oh, okay. Cool. All right. I just had to get that one in there because I knew I was going to forget about that one. And Shirley almost did. Yes.
Cosmic, maybe refine it. Cosmic chocolate caramel. There you go.
I like it. And I will send that right over to them because every once in a while I do send tweets to these brands because I'm like, hey, someone's got to get, either some free samples or they're looking for ideas. I've been working on Pringles for a while, trying to, be a sponsor to, something like, hey, I'll talk about Pringles all day.
Nice.
But yeah, I haven't got any bites. Actually, no, it's Oreo is the one I've been working on lately. I'm trying to get creamless Oreos going because there are some of us out there that just want the cookie. We don't want the cream. But
really?
Yes. Like my sister
That's
is the first person. Hey, we're out there. Sure, I only got
we're strong.
maybe there's only like 4 of us, or there's dozens of us, I'm sure, but still.
Well, you got to think when you eat an Oreo cookie, right? You split it.
Mm-hmm.
You have to eat the non-creamy side.
Yeah, I don't want the cream though.
Because the cream sticks on the one side, so obviously you end up eating the cream. If you like the cream, you end up eating it, but you're stuck with the non-cream side, so you're not going to throw it out. You eat it.
Well, I'm stuck with the cream side, and then I got to scrape the cream off, and now I got this whole wad of cream sitting here, and it just looks gross.
I've done that too. Maybe I'm a secret non-creamer.
It could be. And then they got the double stuff, which is just asking for trouble. So I don't even go any further with that one. So
Like, this is just a waste.
It is. Like, who is buying this? I don't want to be associated with you. It's just gross.
I say go for it, man. The creamless Oreo.
Oh yeah, that's what I've been doing. Every once in a while, I'll have that hashtag going out. I haven't done it in a while, but a few people
Maybe replace it with something. You know,
they have been actually. They keep experimenting with different cream flavors. Like the most recent one that I did enjoy is the cinnamon bun cookie. And the cream filling is cinnamony, I guess, and so is the cookie itself. So that one I actually do like. I will eat the whole cookie. I will split it in half and eat the cream side first, maybe. I don't know, to switch it up. But you
need to put an Oreo cookie in the middle of an Oreo cookie. That's what they need to do. No cream, just 3 cookies together.
Yes, I will co-sign that one. I also like the thins, the Oreo thins that they came out with recently.
Yeah.
However,
I don't know if I've had them. I gotta check them out.
It's almost like a cookie chip, and you'll know what I mean once you try it. So it's almost like eating a cookie chip.
That sounds right up my alley.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And I think it's actually the same amount of cream. I think I would know because I'm trying to avoid the cream. But yeah,
how can you even stop eating that? That doesn't even make sense.
It's actually pretty difficult to stop.
Yes,
and I've been trying to be careful.
Probably most addictive food in the world.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to be careful with it, but I can't help it sometimes. It's like, oh wow, and so that's to curb that. I don't buy anymore until it's like okay, it's been like a month. I think I can handle a package. So, and I'll space it out. I'll take a few here, and I'll make sure that the pack is across the room because I'll get lazy and I don't want to go.
Yeah,
back. So yeah, it's like, oh, it's too far away. I can't get any more. So
that sounds too addictive. Chips and cookies all in one. That's too much.
Yeah, it's too much. But and that does remind me, going back to Ben and Jerry's for a second, because you said you like chocolate ice cream. I don't know if you've tried the Cookie Core Boom Chocolata ice cream.
I think it's not new, is it?
It's been around for at least a year, because I remember the first time I had it, I was actually watching the Super Bowl with whoever was playing. I think it was the Seahawks, but and that was the first time I had it. I was like, oh wow, this is pretty interesting. So half of it's chocolate ice cream, the other half is cookie.
Because I haven't had Ben and Jerry's for a while, a little while. So I probably haven't tried it yet, but what's it called again? Cookie?
Boom Chocolata. And it's also, it's in the Cookie Core brand because it has like a little center circle in the middle. And you'll see it. Cookie Core is how it starts. There's 3 of them. There's the chocolate one, there's the cookie butter one, and there's the peanut butter cookie one. So then they have other
Boom Chocolata.
Boom Chocolata.
Check it out.
The other ones are just regular cores of like there's a caramel one. I think it's like Caramel Sutra or something. Some weird thing with their which is when you were describing yours kind of sounded similar to it. So if you see that in the store, then like, oh, you might have to try that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna try it. Now, see that? You had me binging, eating cookie chips.
I'm feeling bad already because I might be like giving you being a bad influence on you. Like, see, now I got addicted to this.
I'm going to be dipping my cookie chips into my chocolate caramel Boom Chocolata.
And you know what? It's okay. I'll take the blame for it. I'm like, you know what?
You
Fine,
take the blame.
I did it. Yeah, I did it. So what? But then again, I'll also tweet that to Ben and Jerry's like, hey, see, look what I did. So
exactly.
Because I've been telling other people about it. Like, yeah, try it. If you don't like it after the first couple scoops, then move on. But if you like it, next thing you know, you're gonna keep going back to the store and keep buying them. So I had to cut myself off. So that's why I'm saying be careful. So because it can get pretty serious.
Like the Twitter of desserts.
Yeah, I am a certified foodie. So yeah, I've been good lately. I've been eating better. And then eventually I started going back into my old ways a little bit. But I don't know. I'm a fan of delicious flavor. So, and that's
why not?
Of course. And in fact, that's actually when, going back to Saturday Night Sci-Fi, a lot of those Saturday nights, I was in the process of either like baking an apple pie or making cheesecake while the movie was going on, and I would just go back and forth.
Nice.
So I have fond memories of that.
Hey guys,
This is Ariel
and this is Didi
of Potluck Dinner Podcast
Check us out on Podbean at potluckdinner.podbean.com.
and iTunes. Search for us.
All right, see you there.
Bye.
Once again, Indubians, I want to thank you all for listening and taking the time out of your day to spend with me and my friends and wrap up another episode of the Indoob podcast. But before I do that, I just want to give a quick few shout outs to some people like Black Girl Nerds podcast and Nerds of Prey podcast and Geek Soul Brother and the Nerdy Venoms podcast and Ariel and Didi with the Potluck Dinner podcast, even though they have a commercial in here already, but still they were on this podcast. So yes, just want to say thank you for all of them and go check them out on mostly on iTunes, but you probably find them in other places as well. You can find me on other places as well besides just iTunes. I'm on iTunes, I'm on Stitcher, I'm on Spreaker, I am on YouTube, I am on Twitter. So please tell your friends and your family and your dogs and your landlord if you have them. And your boss if you have them, because some people are out there entrepreneuring it up. So do it big. Fringe Friday is still happening, and it will probably keep happening until July. Yes, July is when it will be ending, and we will be moving on to something else. These are live tweets I'm talking about. So Fringe Friday, the live tweet will be, at least for me anyway, I'll be wrapping it up in July and moving on into Masterpiece Theater. Interesting. Yes. I'm thinking about doing another show, but like all the other shows I would love to live tweet, they're just so long. Like I don't even want to give any mentions, so we're just going to move along and just say that, thank you for listening and telling your friends. And remember, if the world didn't suck, we'd all fall off.
The Indoob podcast was recorded on planet Earth and is an extension of the Indoob blog found at indoob.com. You can subscribe and find more episodes on iTunes and indoob.podbean.com. You can also follow Master Sterling on Twitter at indoob. I am not allowed. This is Bilford signing off, and this has been another 3SFX production.
Use your words, Chief. Good boy.